Student, you have completed the first chapter. So today, with your fresh mind, after the exam, you will start your new chapter. So this is chapter 2, is matter around us pure? Now today's topic is pure substances and mixture. This is for class 9, second chapter is going on. Now, in this chapter, you can find that it is written pure substances and mixture. In first chapter, you have learned about matter, states of matter. What is matter? All of you know. Matter is anything which occupies space and which has mass, that is called matter. Broadly, it can be divided into two parts. They are pure substances and mixture. Matter can be divided into two parts, pure substances and mixture. Now, pure substances are those substances which are made up of only one kind of particle. The particle by which it is made up of is of only one kind, that is called pure substances. Mixture is the part of the matter which is made up of more than one kind of particle. In mixture, you can find various kind of particles, and the particles by which the mixture is made up of, they are called the constituent of mixture or component of mixture. Now, pure substances can again be classified into two categories, that is elements and compounds. These are the two categories by which pure substances can be divided. Again, mixture can be categorized into homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. These are the classification of mixture. Now, what do you mean by elements? The smallest particle of matter, that is known as atom. The smallest particle of matter which has individual identity, that is called atom. Atom and molecule are two particles by which everything is made up of. Now, molecule is made up of atoms combined together chemically. When atoms chemically combine with each other, then molecules are formed. But atom is the smallest part of matter which has its own individual identity. So, element is made up of only one kind of atom. I have written here the definition of element. You can write it down from here. You can pause the video and write it down. Matter which is made up of only one kind of atoms and which cannot be broken into simpler substances by any physical and chemical means, that is called element. You cannot divide the element into much more simpler substances by any physical means or by any chemical means. By any chemical reaction, you are not supposed to divide the atoms. So again I am reading it. Matter which is made up of only one kind of atoms and which cannot be broken into simpler substances by any physical and chemical means, that is called elements. So there are various elements which are present in the earth crust, in the air, around you. Actually, element is the backbone of the universe. The whole universe is made up of element, and elements are going to combine together to give you compound. Element and compound together will give you the mixture. I want to define compound, the definition of compound. What is compound? A compound is a pure substance. It is also a pure substance which is made up of two or more elements combined chemically with one another in fixed proportion by mass. This is very important to remember, that in a fixed proportion by mass. While writing the definition, if you forget to write this portion, definitely your marks will be deducted, because if you don't write this, the definition is incomplete, it do not have the complete meaning. So again I am saying, listen to it. A compound is a pure substance made up of two or more elements combined chemically. Combined chemically means during chemical reaction they have combined. You cannot separate those constituent of a compound by any physical method. They are combined chemically, so you have to separate them by using chemical method only. And they are combined in such a way that they remain in the compound in fixed proportion by mass. Whatever may be the amount of the compound, the element present in the compound will always carry the same ratio by mass. That will always be fixed. Now about element I was talking about. So in this chapter you will learn in detail about element, compound, everything. Total 118 elements known to us. Every one of us know that there are total 118 elements till now discovered by scientists. Now out of those, 94 are naturally occurring. Others do not occur naturally. They are artificially discovered by the scientists and they exist for a few fraction of a second or few fraction of a minute, like that. They do not exist naturally. Only 94 elements, they exist naturally. Now these naturally occurring elements, they can be divided into categories as metals, non-metals and metalloids. Elements can be divided as metals, non-metals and metalloids. You have learned about this in class 8, that what are metals, what are non-metals and what are metalloids. These are the type of elements which have certain characteristics that is going to be differentiated from non-metal and metalloid. Metals, generally you know that properties of metals, the substances which are generally hard, which are generally present in solid state, which are generally good conductor of heat and electricity. These are called metals, which have shiny appearance, which are sonorous. Example of metals in your daily life, you have found so many metals, that is iron, copper, gold, silver, all these are metals. These are examples. Now non-metals. Non-metals are what? Non-metals are those substances which have certain characteristics. The characteristics can be, non-metals are generally brittle. That means if it falls, it will be broken into pieces. They are generally non-conductor of heat and electricity. They are generally non-sonorous. They are generally non-lustrous, that is they don't have shiny appearance. But then also some exceptions are there. Those exceptions you have to learn very carefully and properly. Metalloids. Metalloids are those elements which have some properties of metals and some properties of non-metals. Silicon, germanium, these are the example of metalloids which comes under this category. Now I already told you, generally metals are solid. Some metals are present in other state also, but out of metal and non-metal, at room temperature only 2 elements are present in liquid state. What are those? In case of metals, mercury, Hg stands for mercury. This is present in liquid state at room temperature. And there is only one non-metal, that is bromine, whose symbol is Br. This is also present in liquid state at room temperature. These are the this is the metal and this one is the non-metal. They are present in the liquid state at room temperature. All other elements, they are either solid or they are liquid. Their state is either solid or liquid. But Hg is the metal which is present in liquid state. Bromine is the non-metal which is present in liquid state. Now I was talking about the general properties of metal and non-metal and exception. I told you that metals are generally sonorous, they are generally hard, they are generally having luster, but some metals are there which are not sonorous, that means non-sonorous. They don't have that much luster. So example of that is sodium, potassium, etc. They are soft. Sodium is very soft, potassium is also very soft. It can be cut with knife. You have learned this in class 8, but then also I am repeating. Similarly, in case of non-metals, some exceptions are there. I told you that non-metals are not good conductor of heat and electricity, but try to remember that which non-metal is good conductor of heat and electricity. So, which one is good conductor? Carbon, graphite. Carbon in the pure form is known as graphite. That is the very good conductor of heat and electricity both. So, that is the exception one. Similarly, non-metals are not hard, they are brittle. But what is the hardest natural substance occurring in nature? That is diamond. Diamond is the pure form of carbon. So, diamond is non-metal, that is the pure form of carbon, but it is the hardest known naturally substance. So, these are the exceptions that you have to learn clearly. So, today I have covered element. In my next video, I will cover the compound and the difference between elements and compound. It will continue. Then I will discuss about mixture, and after that the next part of the chapter. So thank you very much.